Hi, Leo. Welcome to your June 2017 Astro Update. It's Raina here. Well, I am calling this month for you a date with destiny, and I'm going to tell you why. There are two main reasons. Well, maybe three. First of all, the North Node is in your sign. This actually started in May, but if you didn't know about this, this is the transiting North Node, and it spends a year and a half in one sign. The North Node is one's destiny. And for instance, your natal North Node can indicate, depending on what house it is in your natal chart, as well as what sign it's in, kind of like your soul's mission. So just like we have a natal North Node, we also have a transiting North Node. And so I tend to think of this as kind of fate stepping in, but I see it in a very positive way, not in a fatalistic way, okay? And so it's in your sign. So everything about you, Leo, is emphasized in terms of your very being. And Leo is very self-expressive. So just by expressing yourself, it being in your first house, I tend to think that it's got to be very good for you overall. Okay, so we're going to add to this. You have had Mars in your 11th house of hopes and wishes, spilling over from May. On the 4th of June, Mars goes into your 12th house of the mystical self, the soul, past lives, the house of Pisces, the house that Pisces rules, the house of Neptune, the ruler of Pisces. All the things that you associate with Pisces, that's the 12th house. The house of undoing, the house of addiction, the house of illusion, but also the house of, I keep wanting to say, exaltation. I don't know if that's the proper term, but like beatific visions, just the mystical experiences, the experience of merging with the collective soul, with maybe even with your higher self, and knowing those things, knowing your higher self and being benefited from that. Mars goes into this house. Now, Mars is very ambitious. It's very vigorous, physically vigorous. So imagine it in this very quiet, the most hidden house. How does Mars interact with that house? Well, not very easily, because it doesn't have anything to do physically. So this would be a good time for you to practice spiritual practices, sitting meditation, but even hatha yoga, which employs bodily movements, would be really good for you. And you're actually having additional energy in this house because the sun goes there into Cancer on the solstice, the 21st of the month. 2 days later, there's a new moon in Cancer in this house. So this is a great time to plant seeds for your spiritual journey and spiritual practices. And Mars in this house gives you that ambition to do something in a more interior way, in a more quiet way, a quieter way. But this is like when we talk about a date with destiny, the 12th house is that, because that deals with your spiritual purpose versus your worldly purpose. But you are going to have your worldly purpose activated, because Venus has been in your 9th house of the higher mind, of academia, the university stuff, of your philosophy of life, of travel. You may have met somebody through romantically through travels. And then it goes into your 10th house of career in Taurus on the 6th of the month. And on that same day, Mercury leaves the 10th house and goes into the 11th house of hopes and wishes. I tend to connect the 10th and 11th houses. You have the house of your your career, which is kind of utilizing your talents in a worldly way for fame, for, for the glory of it, for the financial success, I guess you could say too. And for the glory is how you are viewed by other people. But the 11th house of hopes and wishes to me it's aspirational. So it's more like, to me, on a higher octave or vibe. It's not just your ego, but it's also what you came here to do. So I almost think of it as your North Node type of deal. And so those two things combined, to have Mercury in that house and to have Venus in your 10th house, I think that you're really going to be thinking a lot about the things that you want to do to make your dreams come true in this life. And with Venus in that 10th house, you're going to garner a lot of attraction from the people who can make things happen for you if you're working for somebody else. And so you can really be seen favorably, and it can even bring money to you, because Venus can bring money to whatever house she travels to. I think with Mercury in the 11th house, it's a great time for networking. The 11th house can be the house of groups and associations, so you can schmooze people really well during this time. And you actually have a full moon in Sagittarius on June 9th. And this is the same day that Jupiter goes direct. And for you, Jupiter is going direct in Libra in your 3rd house of communication. So this is the internet. This is where we tend to connect with other people. With Mercury in the 11th house, that is perfect for connecting and communicating with the masses. So this could be a very good time to launch an internet business or a blog, something where you are able to capitalize on Jupiter being in this house. And then you have Sagittarius, a full moon in this 5th house of romance, the house that you naturally rule, by the way. So it could be that if you've been dating casually, you will decide that you're not really into the person that you're dating, but it could be taking that to the next level. Maybe you've been dating and you fall in love. Maybe you have a friendship, a platonic friendship that turns into something more. And you come to realize that. Sometimes full moons bring the realization, the truth of the situation to you. You have, Leo, you have Saturn transiting this house also until December. So you're getting very serious about love. You're not being frivolous, which the 5th house also can be about. Fun and games, amusements, recreational sex, falling in love. Well, sometimes falling in love can be just casual, and sometimes it can be the one, So this could be the one for you. If you meet somebody, maybe you have recently met somebody, but if you meet somebody maybe even between now and December, that could be a person that comes into your life. So in any case, Leo, I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you'd like a private reading, please go to rainamunaastrology.com. It's also linked below. I have specials on my natal chart interpretations going on right now. Take care of yourselves. Bye.